There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucious T. I've been playing games since the age of 2, and I have no life. This is Retroactive.
Titan Souls is a game that came out in April of 2015, made by a small company of 2 guys in England called Acid Nerve. Now, originally this game was part of some competition where they made the game in 2 days, and they liked it so much they decided to make a full-fledged game out of it. And one really interesting about this for me is that this is one of the last games that I beat before I started really focusing on the YouTube channel. Came out in April, I started doing the videos in May. So this game is basically a boss battle rush mode. You're this little character dude in a old school looking top-down view, and you have one arrow, and that one arrow will kill anything with one shot. And you also have 1 hit point. So if you get hit, you die. If you hit the vulnerable spot on one of the titans, he dies. And then you absorb his soul. Essentially a 1 hit, 1 kill, 1 hit, 1 death kind of thing. The first 4 titans you face get you warmed up to the way the game's going to play a little bit. You have the giant glob thing that splits every time you hit it. You have the rolling guy that you have to get him to shoot on his eye and then bounce up and then kill people that way. And then you have the ice block that you have to melt. It all culminates with the 4th boss, which is an Olmec type Temple of the Lost Doom guy, and he has these giant fists, and you have to manage to shoot him while the fist is not guarding him. Once you beat these 4 beginning prologue titans, you then enter into the rest of the world, which there's a very light score, there's no enemies anywhere, it's just literally you find 1 titan and then you're in that battle. You have save spots that also act as resurrection zones, and that's probably one of my negative things about this game, is that when you do die against a titan, you don't start in the same chamber with that titan to give it another go round. You start on the res station, and if you die on a titan and you forgot to find the res station in that zone, you then have to travel all the way back. And it leads to a lot of time, especially in the Lost Woods area, it leaves a lot of time of walking back and forth to just get back to the titan to then die 4 seconds later because you're still trying to get your bearings and figure out a strategy. Game-wise, the funny thing about this game is that I thought I beat it a year ago. I thought I beat it and saw everything there was to do. I beat the game, I killed 15 titans. Well, in reality, there's 19 titans. There's 18 in the world, and then 1 that you kill after everything that's called Truth. Once you beat the game, you unlock the different modes. You unlock a hard mode. Now, when I first started to do this, I was playing on the hard mode. I killed the first 4 bosses on the hard mode, and then I'm like, screw it, because it's a very frustrating game. This is a very, very frustrating game, much in the way that Super Meat Boy is, but it's even more frustrating because when you die, you don't get to start and go back at it. You have to walk all the way back, which leads to a lot of boss fights taking 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then when you finally do kill it, sometimes it's extremely satisfying because you finally get that kill, and you had to time it, and you're like, oh, I killed it! Other times it's a little anticlimactic because it's like, okay, thank God I finally did it. And on hard mode, I was definitely teetering more towards the latter, but on the normal mode, it's very satisfying, especially once you figure out a certain strategy and you execute it, and bam, the treasure chest goes down. It was excellent. Now, I did have Jen play the game a little bit. You can tell by the footage, that's why the guy's running into walls. Although, the funny thing is that she helped discover how to get to the last boss that I couldn't find. Which Gen Magic, I guess, and she ran into it, and then I found the treasure chest boss, which is one of the ones I missed. I missed the treasure chest, and I missed the guy that you just kill, and I'm assuming I missed the dude who you had to have the arrow come behind his back, because that would make sense. But there's a lot of varied bosses. There's 16 titans in total. 16 or 17, there's a final boss, and then there's a final boss after the final boss. And once you do it all, you get a very simple ending. It's really, this game's about the gameplay, about the journey. There's no big, like, you don't know why you're doing this. It's just, you're killing all these titans. I'm sure there's a little bit of a story in it that it's there. I don't really care. It's just an old school looking game. It's a boss rush mode. It's a lot of fun. It's extremely frustrating, but also extremely rewarding. And it doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't last too long. I found the first time I played it, I was a little bummed when it ended, but this time I really did. Especially when I found the added bosses I missed, I felt it was a very nice length of a game. It came out about a year ago, but I'm sure it's cheaper now. I think I got it for $20, but definitely very good game. Titan Souls is hard as hell. It's definitely trying to rip off on the whole Dark Souls thing with Titan Souls. But nice look, nice gameplay style. It's just so satisfying. And it hits that nice old school NES hard nerve while at the same time giving it a fresh idea and fresh take. And even though it's nothing but a boss rush mode, it's a lot different than the way Fury was, where Fury was a marathon. This is a sprint. This is very much a sprint because once you get in there and you figured out how to do it, you can kill a boss sometimes in 5 seconds. Titan Souls, great game. You should check it out if you have time. I'd give it, the ratings on this game are pretty fair. It's an 8. It's definitely an 8 score. That's kind of what the Metacritic is on it. It's not something that I'd want to go back and play again, maybe once every year.